Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're getting into something that sounds super technical, but is actually one of the most strategic decisions you can make for your business: large language model architecture. So you're thinking about bringing AI into your business, right? And the big question that's probably on your mind is, which model should I use? But what if I told you that's not even the most important question to ask first? There's something more fundamental, something that's going to affect your budget, your performance, basically everything. That's right, it's all about understanding the model's architecture, its actual blueprint. Today, we're going to break down exactly why this concept is such a game changer. Let's get into it. All right, let's talk strategy. When we talk about AI architecture, what we're really asking is how the model is built. Because that right there dictates everything it can actually do for you. Here's the best way to think about it. It's like buying a car. You don't just pick the color, right? You look at the engine. Is it a V8 built for raw power? A hybrid built for efficiency? The architecture is the engine design of the AI, and it defines its power, its efficiency, and what kind of jobs it's truly built for. So why does this matter to you? Well, because understanding this blueprint tells you exactly what kind of computing power you're going to need. It tells you how easy or how painfully difficult it's going to be to customize. This is the stuff that helps you make those huge build versus buy decisions and figure out which vendors actually know what they're talking about. Okay, so now that we know why it's so important, let's pop the hood and see what's actually inside this machine. What are the core components that make it all tick? Okay, first things first. These models don't read words like you and I do. For them, it's all about numbers. The way they translate our language is through a process called word embedding. Think of it like a giant 3D map of words, where manager is placed super close to executive, but way, way far away from banana. It's how the machine understands meaning and context. But just understanding individual words isn't enough. The order matters. The manager approved the report is totally different from the report approved the manager. That's where positional encoding comes in. It basically gives each word a tag that says where it is in the sentence, so the model isn't just looking at a jumbled bag of words. Now, you take these ideas and you bundle them together into something called a transformer block. This is the absolute engine room of any modern LLM. You stack these blocks on top of each other, sometimes hundreds of them, and that's how you get that incredible deep learning power. And really, if there's one secret sauce in all of this, it's the attention mechanism. This is the magic that lets the model weigh the importance of different words. It's how it can read a massive document and understand that she, on page 20, is referring to the CEO mentioned back on page 2. It connects the dots no matter how far apart they are. Okay, so we've seen the building blocks. Now, let's look at the different ways you can put them together. We're talking about the three main architectural styles you'll run into. On one side, you have encoder-only models. Think of these as brilliant researchers. They are built to understand text deeply, reading back and forth to get the full context. On the other side, you have decoder-only models, like the GPT family. These are the creative writers. Their entire job is to generate new text by predicting what word should come next. So how does this play out for you? Simple. If you need to analyze a mountain of customer reviews for sentiment, you want an encoder. If you need to write a bunch of creative marketing copy or generate code, you want a decoder. It's all about picking the right tool for the job. But what if you need to do both? What if you need to first understand something and then generate something new based on it? Well, that's where the third style comes in, the encoder-decoder. This is your skilled translator. It's perfect for things like language translation or summarizing a long report. Okay, so these models come with a ton of general knowledge. But the real magic, the real competitive advantage happens when you turn that generalist into a specialist, an expert on your business. And this is a two-step process. First comes pre-training. Think of this as the model's university education. It reads a huge chunk of the internet to learn grammar, facts, and reasoning. Then comes fine-tuning. This is its on-the-job training. You feed it your company's private data, and it learns your specific lingo, your products, and your customers. And this is the exciting part. This is how a generic tool transforms into a custom-built, high-value asset that nobody else has. A retail company can feed a model all its product info and support chats. The result? An AI that answers customer questions perfectly, using the right brand voice, every single time. That is a serious competitive edge. All right, we've designed our model, we've trained it, now it's time to go live. Let's talk about deployment and then take a quick peek into the future. Before you hit that big green Go button, there are some really critical business questions to answer. Are you going to invest in your own expensive hardware or use a cloud provider? What about the classic trade-off, cost versus performance? Maybe a model that's 95% as good, but runs 10 times cheaper is the right move for you. And do you want the total control of open source or the plug-and-play simplicity of an API? These are strategy questions, not just tech questions. And you've got to keep an eye on the horizon because this field is moving at lightning speed. We're seeing incredible trends like in-context learning, where you can teach a model on the fly, or a mixture of experts models, which are like a team of specialists. And there's a huge push to make these things smaller, faster, and cheaper to run, which is lowering the barrier to entry for everyone. So you see, these LLMs are way more than just clever tools. The really big question we're all facing is this. Are we just building better assistants, or are we actually architecting a whole new kind of intelligence? Understanding the blueprint is your first step. What you decide to build with it, well, that's the next chapter, and it's yours to write.